Making your way through work Monday takes everything you got. Then Monday night rolls around and you realize there's a shot. You're only 10 points away. All those times when your team had no fight, they're just so gosh darn frail. Then your star quarterback let another deep ball sail, and your third round pick bet on his team. Then go check out our streets where everybody knows your pain, and they listen to complaints. You wanna be where you can see our bodies bring you no shame. You wanna go where everybody knows your pain.
Welcome into another episode of Dad Bod Fantasy Squad. I am here with Robbie Bobby.
What up, Mario?
What's up, dude? I'm ready
Not
for
much,
this. I'm ready for this. We've been going. Well, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I lagged right during the intro. I had to exit out and come back in, so I'm glad I got here in time.
I was going to be pissed. You know, opening up the show is just by yourself with your own face is just the most awkward thing in the world. So I was gonna be like, "Hello and welcome to Dad Bod Fantasy Squad."
It's definitely awkward. I've been there.
I was ready, but not ready at the same time. We do have a mock draft for you guys today. It is Mock Draft Thursday. The alliteration is screaming with that title. We are doing a startup. And Robbie, we've been in startup season all year. We've had back-to-back, and then we're gonna do this mock here.
Yeah, dude, we've been knocking them out. We're currently live in a draft. It's a slow draft, so we got time, but we've been hitting it pretty hard this season.
Yeah, it's the startup drafts are so fun. The problem is like you don't want to overdo it, and I do feel like I'm at like a peak where I should legit hold my ground and stay to one a year after this. But like what I'm managing 4 now, and I am not a fan of too many teams. I am just not a fan of it.
The good thing with Dynasty is like
manages
you get the main draft.
Yeah,
you get the main draft in, and then it settles in. You do a lot of the work like this time of the season with trades, trying to get the players you want to have. And then during the season, it slows down a little bit where you can kind of manage them all where it's not too crazy. This time of the year, though, it's hot and heavy. Trade offers going out left and right, trying to get the people you want to get, making your rankings so you know who you want to go after is important for me. I know going through it right now, I'm keying in on people that I'm definitely trying to go acquire. So this is the time of the season where it gets kind of wild.
Yeah, you pick your strategy. You don't have to roll with that. Like I think sometimes people get caught up with the thought. We talked about this in last night's episode, Robbie. I don't know if you got the chance to catch it yet. We talked about strategies quite a bit, and I mean, you pick one strategy, mold your team that way. If you want to flip your strategy, if you want to do whatever the hell you want to do it. Just go out and do it. Don't cost yourself in that sort of thing. If it makes sense, do it. But
and what I'll say too, like you said, you have 4 teams, 5 teams, whatever it's going to end up being. You have the flexibility to try different things with different teams. Like if you don't love your team, you can strip it down to the bare bones, try to acquire as many picks as you can, and then go make trades. You can do a lot of different things in Dynasty that you can't do in a regular startup or even a keeper.
Yeah. No, I agree. With that being said,
ready to start it?
I'm ready to rumble.
Let's get this sucker going.
Dude,
this is a super flex.
This is crazy. That means
Jalen
ADP
Hurts.
is Jalen Hurts.
He went 1 in our Steel City. So that's 2 drafts that I've seen Jalen Hurts go over Patty Mahomes.
Yeah. 3. Well, we saw somebody else go. Was it JJ?
JJ. Someone took JJ.
We have seen now, including this mock, we have seen Patty Mahomes go 2. And thankfully we were one of the ones to get him. And then I traded
Yeah,
for him.
we had the number 2 pick and someone took JJ ahead. So we were pleasantly surprised when that happened.
So I'm going to hold to my argument, right? I gotta do what I believe is best for my future in Dynasty. If I was doing quarterback ranks, they're all incredibly, incredibly close. But I like the longevity of Smokin' Joe. Justin Herbert going 4. What the hell is happening? So Joe Burrow was 3. Justin Herbert was 4. Both of those guys going before Josh Allen at 5. Man, I'm blind. Jamar Chase is at 6. That means JJ just fell right into Cody's lap at 107. It has to be. There it goes.
Yeah, JJ. Okay, for me,
and that sucks. It really sucks for you, Rob, because like you're on the outskirt of just a huge shuffle going on in that whole middle right there, and you get the same guy that you would have got.
Yeah,
like 100%. Nothing changed for you.
Nothing changed for me, but there was a lot
all
of
those values. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch. Justin Jefferson at 107 after Chase. Oof.
Yeah, so here I have I'm picking between Lamar, Justin Fields, and Trevor. For me, I love Trevor Lawrence. I think he's going to be a superstar in this league. I have him in too many dynasties right now.
Superstar.
So I'm going to go with Lamar. If he didn't sign that contract, I would not have done that. But now I'm going to go with Lamar here.
ADP is probably rose.
Yeah, the ADP is coming up ever since.
We got
that
Lamar,
contract,
Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence, CeeDee Lamb, Breece Hall. We flip over to the second round. AJ Brown kicks off there. Bijan Robinson going 202, semi-late. Breece Hall going before him is kind of wild. I guess not wild. It's probably close. Again, splitting hair. CMC went 203. Anthony Richardson. Wow, Anthony Richardson at 204, huh? Is that normal?
Yeah. I don't think so. I wouldn't have done it. I'm going to take a swing on the upside with Garrett Wilson here.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, I think he has the chance to be a superstar. So he's one out of those 3, Jalen Waddle and Amon-Ra. Tyreek's up there in age, Steph's up there in age. Out of the 3, Jalen Waddle and Amon, I think Garrett Wilson has the chance to get into that elite top 3, top 4 wide receivers.
Yeah, it's something that Norton and I have been gushing over the past, I would say probably the past like couple of days. The love that we have for Garrett Wilson right now, and especially this year. But I mean, in general, the dude passed 1,000 yards with some of the worst QB play. And granted, some of that QB play did help. Joe Flacco throwing the ball 50 times didn't hurt. But a lot of other times it was not good for his play, and he still managed. The dude has a legitimate chance to be a Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson. Jamar Chase was a freak athlete coming out of college. Garrett Wilson was incredible, but he literally can be in that. I would say it's that top wide receiver. He's not there yet, but if he could solidify it this year.
Yeah. In a year or 2, he can easily be in the combo with Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb. Like those are the guys that you want to have moving forward in a dynasty for sure. So you're up, Mario, at the 210. After my Garrett Wilson pick, it went Jonathan Taylor at 2.6, Deshaun Watson went 2.7, Waddle 2.8, and then Amon at 2.9. So go through your process and let us know what you're thinking.
Well, this is tough because third round reversal means I'm not picking for a little bit here. So you get the blessing of taking Joe Burrow at 103, and you kind of have to deal with the repercussions of third round reversal. What's up, Albert? I'm really the debate right now that I have is like, are we going to kind of try to build for the future and go for a win, or are we just going to kind of all out go for it? Which if we decide that I'm going to go all out for it, it's Travis Kelce. The positional advantage with Kelce would be immensely helpful. Superflex. There's no QB that I love here at Superflex. We're running low on time, so I'm going to go with Kelsey. After Kelsey is Alex.
Oh, Kelsey at the 210.
I did it. I figured. Let's see what this isn't a normal draft strategy for me, so I'm excited to see how that pans out. Tyreek went after Travis Kelsey. Barkley went at the end of round 2. We flip back over third round reversal where it goes CJ Stroud, Ken Walker third, Dak Prescott, T Higgins. T was another guy I was debating because I can't get enough T.
Yeah,
especially with Joe Blow.
Yeah. This is an interesting spot right here. We've kind of dealt with this. I've dealt with this a few times. So
we traded out of it, right?
Yeah. So I'm not in love with any players here. We got Bryce Young, we have Kyler Murray, Jamar Gibbs, Steph Diggs, Austin Eckler, JSN. Olave's in consideration for me right here. So typically I would try to trade out of this pick. Move back maybe 4 or 5 spots, try to get somebody to come up, maybe acquire a 6th in that trade. That would be the game plan. So taking that into consideration, I'm going to go with Chris Olave. I just think he's special. I think he has a chance to be really good.
All right, dude. Enough. Get
the OSU boys back together.
Yeah, what is this? JSN, you better trade up. Go get JSN.
I'd love to. Hope he falls to the 4-8.
That would be a fun team just to have, like JSN, Chris Olave, and Garrett Wilson. I mean, I would love having that.
Well, if he's there at 4-8, I'll take him.
You get, you sneak a little bit of Jameson Williams later, get the old crew.
Yeah.
You add Marvin Harrison next year when you go not great because you focused on only drafting wide receivers from one school.
I'll package all my first and go get Justin Fields.
Kyler went. We've been seeing Kyler massively fall. We're actually in a dynasty startup right now where I am pretty sure I'll double check after I make this pick. He has fallen insane. Again, so I made my bet here, right? I picked Travis Kelsey. He's 33. We're pretty much counting on playing for this year. I think I have to keep that sort of momentum here. Again,
I would think
always
so, yeah.
Flip back. Got to go to the little Cooper Cup.
Love it. Love that pick.
Everything that I'm doing is saying I'm playing for this year. Yep. I got to go check this. I got to see where Kyler is because I don't think he's been drafted yet. Oh, Robbie, one day we'll have another pick in this league. One day.
Yeah,
we're at 412 and Kyler is still on the board.
That's ridiculous. In a super
Isn't
flex.
that insane? In a super flex.
Yeah, that's a steal whoever gets him. We don't have picks until round 6, so he won't be there.
He might, and I would be hard pressed to not be like, we'll just trade him.
No, oh yeah, 100. You take him. You take him and you use him as trade bait.
So did we name off the guys after your Olave pick? Because it went Kyler, Stephon Diggs, JSN, Austin Eckler, Cooper Kupp was my pick. Travis Etienne, Bryce Young was the end of round 3. Then we got Josh Jacobs and Tua. And here again, I am going for, do I go all out for the dub is the real question, or do I kind of?
What's up, Albert?
I posted it. I don't think you're.
Might be.
That's all right. It's okay. Just you hate to see it,
Yeah, you hate to see it.
So I'm debating between a running back and a wide receiver right now. The running back would just be so funny to see your face.
You gonna take my boy?
My boy! Oh.
He's not lasting to me anyways, so.
Yeah, why not? Let's do a little T Pollard.
Oh, okay.
This is a shout out for the Robs in a group chat. They
Yeah.
love him. They said he's going to be the man this year. We'll do it.
I think he's top 6. Wow, look at that. Then we go tight end heavy. Kyle Pitts, Mark Andrews, and then
Gibbs
Jahmyr
is
Gibbs.
awesome.
I was hoping Gibbs was going to fall to me at 4.8. I would have loved that.
Look at that. I never, this is something rare for me. My first 4 picks, the rainbow flop. That never seems to happen.
No, I usually go heavy with something, and it looks like it's going to be a receiver.
You know,
This
you
draft.
can't look at those wide receivers right there for you.
Yeah, this is an easy one. I'm going Drake London. So after Mario, he took Tony Pollard at 4.3. Would go Kyle Pitts, Mark Andrews, Jahmyr Gibbs, and then Devonta Smith just went at 4.7. I was debating between Devonta Smith and Drake London here. Adams, I don't know how much longer he's got. Metcalf has now.
No, I don't feel like it's Adam's fault, but
No, there's just too many question marks for me to take him in a dynasty.
Jimmy G.
This early. DK I love, but he has JSN there now that he's competing with. I love Geno, but I'm still not sold on him. Not that that means anything for Drake London because he's got no one thrown to him. But the talent of Drake London I believe in, and I think he's going to be really good for a long time.
I mean, you're just going with the whole 2021 class, huh?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
2022 class, my bad.
Yeah.
So after Drake London, we had DK Metcalf, TJ Hawkinson, Devontae Adams, Jordan Addison is the final of the 4th. It is a bit high. Did he beat JSN? Oh yeah, no, he didn't. He did not. Christian Watson was the start of 5. Najee, Javonte Williams, Nick Chubb, a little RB run right there, and Robbie is back on the board.
Yeah, I'm just looking at my options to see what we have available. I'm not in love with, again, this would be something I'm looking to trade back from because I'm not sold on any.
Your boy is there. Wait, so I gotta ask you, why aren't you thinking about your boy right there at 50?
I'm gonna take him. That's gonna be my pick. Is gonna be Dame.
Not even Dame.
I'm taking Dame Pierce here.
That's fine. You can take who you want, but I'm just surprised you're not going Ramondre here. We're gonna have to hear why.
I really like Ramondre. Still young. I just have never.
You have some trust issues going on here.
I do. I've just never been a super huge fan of the Patriots backfield. But
you were all in on him last year.
Yeah, because I figured he'd take the torch last year. I think he's gonna have a really good season this year, but after this season, I can see something happening.
Do you see you just have a bad gut feeling, is what you're saying?
I kind of.
Because I've kind of had a little bad gut, no sort of argument against his role. There's 2 things though. They're either signing Lenny, which they have tried twice in years past. So they're either signing Lenny, or people are forgetting about my boy Pierre Strong.
I don't know, man. You just never know. People are talking about Ty Montgomery getting involved more, and all this stuff.
Rob.
There's a pretty wild stat that somebody put out. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but his passing production, I think the final 4 or 5 weeks of the season drastically declined, like 25%. So I don't know if that's a sign of things to come.
You said this is enough for me.
It just is, even though Dame Pierce isn't like a super pass heavy running back. Again, he's somebody I believe in, and that I think will be there for a long time. He's still super young, second season in the league. He had a really, really nice rookie season. They're putting pieces on that offense where I think it should open some things up for him. So I believe in the talent, and I think that he will be a very good piece for a long time to come. So then we go ahead. Daniel Jones goes at 5'6", Quentin Johnson at 5'7", Zay Flowers. So we got a rookie run here. And then Ramondre went at 5'9".
I'm having a... Wow, that's insane.
That is pretty...
57 of his 69 catches on first and second down last season, Albert said. That's a good stat and interesting and promising in a
That's
lot
a
of
good
ways.
sign. Yeah.
Damn, who do I go here? Oh, this is gross, dude.
I know who I would
I
love to fall to me. We'll see if he does.
Oh man. I'm probably running low on time. I'm about to start panicking.
30 seconds.
I hate everything about this pick. Wow, I've never not enjoyed a situation as much as I do with this one.
This is another trade down scenario.
I hate this pick.
Hey, you're win now though. I mean, you're making.
I know, and I love Derrick Henry, and I think he's different, and I don't think he's gonna fall off the way that we've seen other running backs fall off. So with all those things, I should hold to that sort of thought process and trust that process behind that pick. And if that's the case, if I trust that process, then I like this pick.
Yeah.
But damn it. Wait till you see my next one.
Curious to see how this unfolds. This is where it gets interesting. 4, 5, 6, 7. Those rounds, they get muddied up. People make like me taking Dame 5-5's a little high, but he's just somebody I believe in. So that kind of moves a few things around on the draft board.
Robbie, you didn't watch the episode of me telling people to that I think Kyle Pitts is a huge sell in Dynasty? But the price would have to be close to last season.
That's the thing. This is probably the lowest his price has been. So like for me, it's a buy.
That's the thing. I guess what would you buy him for right now? And be like, this is a good price.
Depends on what I have on my team, you know what I mean?
If you just add picks, let's just talk picks. That's the easiest way to think about it for me.
Oh, it's
stressing you out.
Yeah. It's just like a weird, because I'm always going to send players with the picks as well. Like I would try to do.
You don't just buy. You don't just send picks ever.
I mean, I can, but most people don't love that. You know, they want to receive a player in return.
No, you're just doing it at the wrong.
Would you? Would you do 2 firsts?
My sell point is saying he probably sells for over 2 firsts. So,
I would definitely offer 2 firsts and see what comes of it. Like I would.
I actually think there's certain leagues that he may go 3 first rounds. It just may not happen as much now. And I sound crazy saying that, but he was pedestaled the same way Jamar Chase and JJ was at one point.
Yeah.
He's not quite.
And I still believe in him.
You do.
Yeah. I mean, I would for sure. Hopefully I have like a top 12 tight end at like a Njoku or something like that. I'd offer Njoku a first and a second and see if I can get it.
All right. So after what was yours? The last pick. So you went Pierce.
Yeah.
And what was Danny
I went
Jones,
through to you. I went through to you.
Okay. So we had Derrick Henry at 5'10", Deebo Samuel at 5'11". J-Mo finished out the 5th round. We start off with DeAndre Swift. Then it goes Chris Godwin. I took Kirky. I wanted to get my second QB.
I like it.
Normally, I would have probably just waited for J Love here. In the build that I already have, that makes no sense to kind of throw J Love which I do have strong feelings for him this season, but we want to make sure we're minimizing risk with this team. So we go with old reliable Kirk. Michael Pittman followed up after that. Jerry Jeudy, DJ Moore. This is a tough round.
I know who I'm going with.
Do you?
I do. Is
it Will Levis?
No, it's not. It's one of my guys, though, so you should know who it is.
It's one of your guys?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Kincaid?
No, it's not Kincaid. If I miss out on those 4 tight ends, Kelsey, Andrews, Hawk, and Pitts, I'm going to wait a little while.
For who?
For my tight end. Tight end wise?
Yeah.
Njoku, Evan Ingram.
Drop the name. Say the name that I need you to say.
Then I try to hit it with a rookie like Laporta.
Oh, come on. You're missing one here.
Who's your dude? Juwan?
Nope.
I mean, I'd love me some Juwan Johnson.
All of these are fine.
Yeah, so okay.
But the answer is Chig.
I'm not sold on Chig, so
The tight end whisperer,
don't
Coop.
care.
What?
I love me some Coop, but I'm not sold on Chig.
Oh man.
Yeah, I might miss on it. I might miss and just, might be that breakout season, but I'm not sold on Chig like everybody else is.
I was talking to him today and was asking when he's going to get back on an episode. But now I know how to promote this episode for when he comes on, and it's just going to be like a box, like the boxing picture.
Yeah,
and it's going to be you on one side and him on the other.
Seems like me and him are always getting into it. But
yeah,
I love me some Coop. He's the man. If you don't follow him, go follow him. Coop Fiasco on Twitter. He's one of the best in the business for sure. He's a fun follow. So for me, I have my 3 premier wide receivers. I got Lamar.
Go Trey Lance, right?
I think I can wait on a QB. I'm not going to go Trey Lance because I don't know if he's starting this season, so I'm not going to waste a pick on someone I don't know if they're going to start. I'm going to go with J.K. Dobbins. Again, a player I believe in. Second season off the ACL. I think he's going to have a breakout year this year. They're switching the offense around. Where I don't think Lamar is going to have as many. He's still going to run a lot, but I don't think he's going to have as many scripted runs. So I think JK is going to benefit from that 100%.
Gross, dude.
Man, I love my team so far. I really do.
Do you?
I really do.
It's not even coming close to competing with mine, though.
I mean, if everybody takes a step forward, it will, because they're super young. This is their second season. This is where they could take a big step forward.
Who are you going here?
It's a good question. I'm looking.
Do you know you're up?
Yeah, I did.
Are you sure?
To be honest.
Yeah.
I did not.
I was like, what is he staring at?
I was just looking around. So I think I definitely need to get a QB here. I'm going to go Jared Goff. He's another person that is going to be in the league for a little while. Might be like a Kirk Cousins road where he might be on multiple teams. There is talks of him signing a contract extension in Detroit, which I love because he kind of fits that offense to a T. They love using him. He's going to throw the ball over 550 times. So he's going to have a nice year this year, and I think he'll be fine for the future. Kind of a safe play, but I still think he's going to be fine.
I mean, Jared Goff may very well pan out the Kirk Cousins of he's like a little bit younger of a Kirk Cousins. It's kind of lining up that way in a lot of ways. I guess Kirk Cousins, I think, oh man, I am blanking right now when he was drafted. He was not drafted at the same caliber as Goff as far as
he was in the
first
third.
overall. Kirk was in the third.
Yeah,
that was the year that they got RG3. The first
RG3 in the first round.
overall.
I believe he was third or fourth.
Not many. His doesn't get talked about enough then because there's not many QBs that we see that come out after the first round. Like Hurts is a second round, Russ is a third, Dak is a fourth.
Yeah, he's been very productive and he's been really good.
Third, but he hasn't proven anything. All right, Mario, what do we need? We need a wide receiver. Oh man, this one just fell right here for me. It said, "Here you go," and it was a gift from the fantasy gods. I am committed, but I might have a monstrous squad.
Yeah, I like your squad so far.
It's hard.
Lining
Look at
up.
that. Woof. I got some old heads on there though. Got some old heads.
You better win this season or next.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just ship them all right when we start this up. Ship them all for picks.
Could
start the rebuild as ASAP.
I wonder what you would get for DeAndre Hopkins.
No more than a first. And a first is even.
I don't even think you'd get a first.
I think mid-season you should probably be able to get a first, especially if he's already put up a couple good
If
games.
he's putting up
The
good
thing is,
numbers.
I don't know if he's going to stay in Arizona. So for a moment, he posted this message on IG like, "Who said I was trying to leave?" And then next
Yeah.
thing you know, he's doing an interview talking about like his dream situation, and it was
Yeah.
not Arizona.
It's weird. The whole situation. And again, I talked about this a couple episodes ago that dude, he's up there in age. He's 30, I believe, maybe 31. And he is on a team that's tanking, realistically. So for him, I mean, if I'm him, I'm saying, get me out of here. Let me go contend because I have a few years left of high productivity.
Yeah, I think DeAndre is. There's a couple of guys that I try not to hold the age over their head. DeAndre is one of them. I think he's just nasty.
Yeah.
It's hard.
No, I think
though,
he's
'cause
got a few years left.
I do
I'm
too,
not
but,
worried
like,
about that.
It's so weird the fall off because like you would think Julio would just play all the way up till 36. Like you just thought he had it in him. And then he turned 30, 31 and it was just downhill bad and fast. And
He was always dealing with injuries though.
AJ Green kind of had a little bit. AJ Green
yeah.
had a similar sort of like he just seems so monstrous. Turns 30, 31 and it fell completely off. But there's other guys that has succeeded like Steve Smith. The dude played well into his mid 30s, even late 30s. And there was a season where he did amazing, I think, at 36. Anquan Bolden is another one who was fantasy relevant at like the age 37.
Yeah.
I don't know. Odd. All right, let's get we need another playmaker. We don't have to stick to only old heads. That's not how we have to do this. We would just want somebody who's going to be relevant now, who can make impact now. And I think it's looking at me again. I think it's Aaron Jones.
That's a good pick. But you stayed in the old head zone. I mean,
well, look at the
real.
RBs. Look at the RBs and tell me which one would impact the way he.
I understand.
Maybe D-Mont. Maybe D-Mont might have been the pick there, but the other thing I was going to consider is wide receivers. I was either going to go Amari Cooper, but he's old. Christian Kirk, he's kind of old. The rest is there's Hollywood, but like I don't want to. If DeAndre Hopkins stays in Arizona, I don't want both Hollywood and. When was the last time we read off the players, Rob? Who did you leave off at?
We should probably hit that. Probably since Goff, I would hit. So I'll wait.
So Robbie took Goff. You could go ahead, just think through or whatever.
Yeah, you go ahead, run through them.
Goff went 7. I think that's 7.5. Jared Goff went 7.5. Then we had Jordan Love, Will Levis, Pacheco, Calvin Ridley. I took D-Hop. Miles Sanders went off the board. And then finishing that round, we had Dalvin Cook come off. Starting round 8, we had Dalton Kincaid come off. Brian Robinson, Aaron Jones is who I took. Kenny Pickett, Rashad White, Zach Charbonnet, Pat Freiermuth. So Robbie is back on the board after his Jared Goff pick, and he is excited about this one.
Yeah, this is another one I might be trying to move around, but
you gonna move all your picks?
It's a weird. 8's a weird one where
You're not happy about these?
Not happy about too many players. I think I'm gonna go with.
You just feel like you're reaching a lot.
Yeah. I kind of have to decide if I'm in win now-ish mode or wait. I'm going to try to win this season, so I'm going to go with Amari Cooper. Oh, fuck. Oh, shoot. I'm going to go with Amari Cooper there at 8.8. I think that's fantastic value. He was the top 10 receiver last season. He's going to have a full season with Deshaun Watson this season. If they can click and get on the same page, I think sky's the limit for him. He's still, I think he's only 28, 29.
28.
What's that?
Scroll down a little bit. Can you scroll down the board?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I was hoping Christian Kirk was going to come back to me. That was my dream scenario.
Then you'd have 5 wide receivers, though. You're really racking up on the receivers.
That's fine.
Kendre Miller going right after Amari Cooper is a great pick by the CPU, dude. I think I want to leave my startups with him.
I was hoping one of those two were going to follow me. I was really hoping.
The strategy that I'm doing right now, even though my gameplay strategy is a lot of win now and never necessarily full rebuild. I don't typically, I try to get win now guys that aren't the squad that I currently have. The value has just been kind of nice with a lot of these guys, and it's kind of how the chips fell. And I'm kind of glad I got to showcase this strategy and for myself even. I mean, this is new for me. Hollywood followed Kendra Miller. Jahad Dotson went in 9th round. I think that's a value pick again, or the end of 8th. Cam Akers finished it out, but I love that Dotson pick at 8-11. I think he has huge potential that nobody is talking about.
I was seriously considering him over a Cooper at 8-8. It was him, Dotson, and Kirk at my 8-8.
You liked a lot of guys there. I don't know why you would want to trade out Marvin Mims.
Well, that's why though. Like I have all those 3 probably ranked very similar.
You're just like somebody else take the pick for me.
Well, if I could move 4 spots or so and pick something up, maybe even a second for next year, move 3 spots and get one of the guys that I really
seconds.
like. Yeah, so I'm gonna make my pick. I'm gonna go with Geno Smith. I think it's the best value. I love Goff, but who knows? I'm still not 1,000% sold on him.
Such a 3 QB guy.
I am. I like the flexibility. How many times does a quarterback get hurt in the season where you're kind of stuck where you got to figure it out? So I'll take 3, and then if I want, I can always move one of them later on in the season.
Yeah, that's like the dude.
That's how I look. It's a piece. You know what I mean?
Loves the 3 tight end set.
Also, again, I wasn't in love with anybody at my spot. I thought the best value was Geno Smith right there. So I'm going to go with best value. And I can, right after this draft, I can start trying to make moves to trade Geno Smith with somebody that might need a quarterback.
This was an odd pick for me, but I think I want to go Bateman here. Can you go from start of 9? Marvin Mims is where I left off.
Yeah, so Marvin Mims went 9-1, which was to me surprising. Russ Wilson went 9-2. Deontay Johnson 9-3. Christian Kirk 9-4. I went with Geno Smith at the 9-5. James Cook went at 9-6. Mike Williams 9-7. Michael Mayer. We had a tight end run, Michael Mayer, then Dalton Schultz. Then we had Bateman go, Herbert at 9-11. To finish out round 9, we had Jonathan Mingo go with a Keenan Allen tap at the 10-1. Sam Laporta, which I was hoping to get, went to 10-2. You went with Monty at the 10-3, which I was hoping to snag.
That's a great
Josh
value
Downs,
there, too.
Yeah, that's great value. Downs goes at the 10-4 right after you. Then Alvin Kamara at 10-5. Tajay Spears at 10-6, which my love for him. So
just doesn't make sense, dude. Doesn't make sense. We see other guys drop all the time from health concerns, and Tajay Spears still goes in 3rd round. It's a weird thing for me. I mean, maybe the talent's there, but the opportunity ain't even open yet. It's not even close. It might be.
We'll see how they utilize it. It might be a different offense this year. There's talk about buzz. You want to talk about buzz coming out of camp?
What buzz? Let me hear it.
Go to Twitter and type in Tajay Spears.
Wait, is this what you've been doing recently? You've been searching Tajay Spears?
Yeah, I've just been looking around, but they're saying he looks unbelievable in camp.
This is you hyping up your dynasty teams. You've been like,
I'm not.
Let me see what we got coming out of the pipeline here.
I'm not. I think I told you, I believe in him, and by all reports, he's looking like a monster in camp.
See, this is exactly what I do when I'm unsure about some of the guys that ended up on my dynasty team. I need to go to Twitter to confirm that this was the right decision. Robbie has spent a ton of time on Twitter looking up at Tajay Spears highlights. He's watching these guys crush it in training camp against these 3rd and 4th string linebackers. Yeah. He's a Pro Bowler.
You gotta love it.
He's likely a Pro Bowler with his 120 carries.
Yeah. I'm going to go Darren Waller. I need to get a tight end. I think again, I'm hopefully going for win-ish now mode. I think he's one of the few that can have over 100 targets this season.
So I think Darren Waller's washed.
I don't.
Why?
I just don't think he barely played at the beginning of his 20s. Like, he didn't really see the field too much. I don't think there's too much wear and tear on the body. Yeah, he's coming off an injury, but
Only been regression since 2020, and his points per game has been drastically lowered since 2020. He went from 17 to 12 to 9 last year. So 17 in 2020.
he was hurt last year.
It's points per game. He wasn't out for a whole year.
Yeah, but I would like to see the game he got hurt in.
I feel like a points per game, and I get it. It's not looking at film, but like he hasn't been the same. The situation has been the same.
Well, let's look at the situation last season.
What?
The offense as a whole was terrible, and they brought in Devontae Adams. Like, that's a difference. He's the best pass catcher on that offense.
He had 12 points the year prior to that. Like, we're looking at a steady down-climb. Right? There we go.
I get it, but he's the best pass catcher on that offense. Daniel Jones is gonna try to make him a focal point. So is the head coach. Like, I'm fine with him in New York. I have no worries.
You better stop sleeping on my boy Sterling and Wandale. Cut it out. You're up.
Well, I'm going to go with your boy here.
No!
A little Roshan Johnson. He's in a muddy backfield, and he's in a muddy backfield in Detroit. But if he can get that job, he can put up some points like Monty did. So hopefully he gets it.
You talk smack on him.
It's getting thin.
He's this year's Dame.
It's getting thin.
Got it.
I'll take some Roshan and see where we can go.
Big trust. Roshan is the truth. Roshan is going to come out of this draft class, and everyone's going to be like, man, this guy was behind Bajan for all those years. Bajan and Roshan, 2023, baby. And then after their incredible 2023 season, after their incredible NFL career, guess what?
What?
Roshan and Bajan, 2040 for presidency. Who's vice president? We don't know. Whoever finishes better is president. Roshan Bajan. All right. 2040. Yeah.
I'm excited.
Hey, I had a good, I know it was, have we ran down names? Where have we last before I get into this bad story about a team name that I thought of today?
We probably need to go. We went through Todd, probably Reed. Jaden Reed at 10-7. I went with Darren Waller at 10-8. Rashee Rice goes at 10-9. Mike Evans 10-10. That's great value for, Mike Evans in the 10th round, late 10th round. Tank Bigsby at 10-11. Derek Carr going 10-12. A.J. Dillon 11-1. And Tyler Algier at 11-2. Gabe Davis goes 11-3. James Conner at the 11-4. I went with Roshan at 11-5.
So the terrible team name, and now it's going to even actually make for a worse story, especially because you can't see it. Will Levis carries my team. Have you ever typed in Levis or carries on your phone and it wants to put the apostrophe? It's like Levi's or Levi's. Carries. Yeah, like carries owning something, dude. It's the most frustrating thing. So we just need to think of like one more word that often happens. So we have a stacked team name for when we're going to have to fight to get in the Scott Fishbowl again.
100%. Because it's going to be a fight.
Yep. We're gonna have to win a name thing again, Rob. So let's just be ready for it now. Man, so I really wanted Aaron Rodgers here. I thought that would be a nice my third QB. Yeah. I don't like to take it in the 9th like Rob. And it's not even I personally don't want to do it then unless it's a really good, and Gino might be that guy. But anyways, so Njoku went after Roshan. Kadarius Toney went after him. Aaron Rodgers, Jalen Hyatt, and I am clueless on what I want to do here, but man, it got thin fast.
Yes, it did. Oh, let me.
I gotta go. I gotta go here. I have to go Evan Ingram.
Yeah.
And then we got Hendon Hooker, Cole Kmet, Cedric Tillman, Izzy. The Jets' 4th string RB. It looks like Alex set up. It looks like Alex set up like a queue I truly believe Alex set up a cue here.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Look at that. Khalil Herbert, Laporta, Hendon Hooker. The Hendon Hooker one, like this, I'm going to have to ask him after this because he's on auto, but those are his boys.
A little early, but
we play to win now, Rob. We play to win. Now, Matty Ice. The new Matty Ice.
Yeah, that's a good pick. 12th round, Matt Stafford. He was a top 5 QB, 2 years ago?
Yeah, which is really, he's one of the toughest guys to rank in redraft currently.
He really is.
Like, where are you supposed to put him? He just ends up by default ending up as your 19 through 22 guy because you don't want to put him ahead of certain people.
Mm-hmm.
He was hard to rank. He was hard to rank at 10 last season. So it will be an interesting. That offense is going to be the most interesting thing to see week 1.
Yeah. So I'm still thin at RB because who knows if they're going to play a rookie running back in Detroit. Or in Chicago. So I'm going to go with Jamal Williams. I think we don't know what's going on with Elvin. There's still kind of suspension talks. Everyone's saying that he's probably going to get 6 games. So if I can get Jamal Williams for 6 games and then see what happens after that, I'd be fine with that in the 12th round.
It's already back on you. So who did it go?
Yeah.
We probably don't have since Matthew Stafford. So it went Matthew Stafford, who I took. Then we got Tyler Lockett, Chase Brown, Greg Dulcich, Kayshon Boutte. Rob just took Jamal Williams. Musgrave went after that. Darnell Mooney, Juju, Sutton, Darrell Washington, Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore is a sneaky pick there. Zach Evans, Deuce Vaughn, and Robbie is back on the clock. We saw a lot of young guys on that turn. The 12 through 13 right there.
Yeah. So you're gonna hate this pick, but I need a second tight end. I need a second tight end.
Is it Chig?
I'm gonna go Chig. I was just talking about it, but this late 13-5, the upside is there. Do I think it can hit? It can hit. Do I believe in it? I don't know, but I have Darren Waller there kind of as my safety blanket, so I'll take a swing at Chig and hopefully he hits.
Let's go. Can you say his last name?
No.
Okonkwo, I think.
Okonkwo.
I'm saying it right.
There we go.
Okonkwo. All right. So
it was between him and Antonio Gibson for me.
Somebody on the episode last night hyped me up on this guy, and I hate him for it. But it's a must now. I mean, I want to give Devin Singletary a whirl here. Rob saying
he's not seeing the field with Dame there.
This is like your love goes so far. I actually think this is an amazing pick, and it unlikely to pan out as nothing, but if it pans out, I mean, I lock in the championship with this team. Let's run it. And like the fact that he has Derek Carr has a very familiar
Michael
feeling.
Thomas, by the way, is his pick.
Yes, has a very familiar feeling to Drew Brees and how he peppered him with targets.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I really don't.
After Chig went Ezekiel. Then we had Antonio Gibson, who I think that's a great pick too. It seems like he's going to have a role in this offense. Eric Gray after that. Madison is another great pick in the late 14. Like that's a surprisingly low there. I would have loved that pick for mine, but I went Devin Singletary, which was right after the Madison pick. John Mechie, Jacoby Myers, Sky Moore, Shoemaker went after that. Michael Thomas was my other pick. Evan Hull went after that. Wandell, Elijah Mitchell, Brandon Cooks, and Rob is back on the board for round 14.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take another kind of swing here at a player that I think should be he can get a ton of targets if he takes a step forward. Another year 2 our wide receiver, Romeo Doubs.
It's an interesting. It will be really interesting to see. I have pretty much convinced myself. Obviously, I love Jordan Love. I'm I'm buying. I have him as 11 in my QB ranks right now for the
Mhm.
season. It's a ridiculously high. I understand that. It's my outlier. I have some love for these wide receivers. Dobbs, obviously, I think has the potential. He showed it, but he also showed very critical mistakes. Now, I
Yeah.
mean, he was a rookie. It happens.
Yeah.
But
If he takes a step forward in the 14th round, like he could be
oh
a
yeah,
steal. Yeah.
yeah. I would trade for him. Paul's never buying on it. Christian Watson's another dude I like, and he goes, I think, 5th round. He's on the right side if you pull back up eventually. He's let me check. He goes 5'1", which is actually relatively high. So I get kind of fading him, but he showed some amazing plays last season.
Yeah. So this pick kind of, we only did 15 rounds. Normally there's a few more rounds. Here I'd kind of be keen in on maybe a rookie receiver like Michael Wilson. That kind of be my pick here. Typically, if we have a taxi squad, if we don't have a taxi squad, I'd like to get another RB, and I think I'm going to go with the, Dante Foreman. That way I have 2 RBs in that backfield that hopefully one of them hits and we can ride that wave in Chicago.
It's terrible. That was a terrible decision.
I don't think so. I'll take the swing on him. You know that I have a love for him. I think he's a great talent. And if one of those two between Roshan and Foreman should get, I think they'll get the starting job. And then we'll have a starter in that offense.
I'm about to do my Mr. Irrelevant pick here. Look at that.
Some Haji.
I think I crushed this draft.
Poking the bear.
Well, we already kind of went over our teams. And then maybe we'll put up a poll because my team's smoking Rob's team this year.
Yeah, well, you got about a year to smoke, so I hope for your sake, because you're gonna have to. You got half your team you're gonna have to rebuild next year.
Half?
I mean, dude, Lamar, Garrett Wilson, Olave, London.
How did we go from my team to
now.
talking about your team? I just want to talk
my
about
team's
my
great.
team.
For a dynasty squad, this team is fantastic.
Your wide receivers are great. Lamar's great. And it ends there.
Pierce, JK, I'm all in on. I got 2 solid
You
number
always will
2
be.
QBs. I got Amari Cooper sitting there on my bench, ready to hop in whenever needed. I still think I think you're underestimating Darren Waller this season. I guess that will be mine and yours, like tight end fight. So I'm cool with that. I'm all about this squad.
Brian preached about how the thing I'm taking moving forward is if a player looks washed, he's probably washed. Kareem Hunt looked washed. Darren Waller looks washed. Those are the 2 big ones. Like we don't need to keep playing this. I get it. Darren Waller's going to a new situation. It's exciting. It's shiny. It's new. Looked washed. Hate to see it. We got look at you, Skip Bayless and me. We got rookie sleepers next Monday, but then Rob, we're into the rankings. It's ranking season. Now we're going to give you guys our list, and they're going to be to the best capability as they can be in May and June, but they're going to change, and we'll keep you updated. We'll have I don't know what we want to keep our access to them, but we'll figure out a way to get access to them if you want to check them out. They'll be evolving all summer, but the early first edition of our rankings comes out next week.
Hey, Mario.
What?
Just so you know, before he got hurt, he was on pace for over 100 targets. But, he's washed.
It doesn't really mean much.
Okay.
And on pace before he got hurt and then didn't succeed afterwards.
Well, he was fine after he had 18 targets in 4 games. So 4.5 targets per game. But
we're looking at like 80 targets.
That's with who was the QB those last 4 games? Because it wasn't Derek Carr.
Studham.
Yeah. So
Stud Muffin.
yeah, I'm gonna kind of put that on the quarterback.
No way, dude.
He was still fine. 14 yards per reception.
Wait.
mean-
Wait. We're talking 4 games, and that's his on pace for 100, is what we're saying here.
Yeah, before the injury, but I mean,
Yeah,
even
four
if you
games.
even if you total, so the one game he got hurt, right? So 8 games, he had 42 targets. Okay, so that's an 84 target in 16 games. So it's about a 90, not 90, but 88 targets for the year at a 14 yards per reception, 67% reception percentage. But again, he was playing with Stidham for half the season. So, yeah, I don't think he's washed by any means.
He dominated that target amount that you just said in 2021, and he was tight end 7. I mean, the targets doesn't mean production. It's good.
That's fine, but I would rather have the targets for a tight end. For tight ends, it makes a big difference.
I don't have his total targets, but I did the math as quick as I could in my head here, and it is like 85 if I had to guess. Because I got too excited.
85 to 86.
In 2021?
88.
Yeah.
Oh, this is 20. This was last year I'm talking about.
I know, and I'm telling you, in 2021, he dominated your on-pace targets by...
Yeah.
He had 93. And you know what he finished? Tight end 7. And he had 12 points per game. That's not the elite status that everyone thinks. And I get it. You got him at a decent price in this.
I was going to say, I'm not talking elite here. I'm talking, we're
talking redraft. I think he goes higher than what he showed here. I don't think Michael Mayer goes before him in redraft. And maybe that might be the only one. Kincaid, maybe. So I don't know, dude. Yes, I guess we'll be talking more about it.
I'm cool with it in the 10th.
That's good for you, Rob. You ain't going to get him in the 10th in redraft, though.
Yeah, well, he could be. We'll debate him. We have plenty of time to talk about this.
Can you hear me? Sounding good? Mic check.
Great.
1 2 1 2 1 2.
You sound great right now.
Thank you. If you're not already following us on Twitter, check us out at DadBodFS. Robbie and I are putting out the clips on TikTok and Instagram. So if you're not already following us on there, we're on there as DadBod Fantasy Squad. Same at YouTube and Twitch. We'll post all today's episode on all your major streaming podcast platforms. For myself, Robbie, peace.